So for the first team here, we're going to be going into Chandra, Escher, Vritra with Bulwark, Amelia, Windy. This defense is a little bit undersolved, I feel, but I've seen pretty good success rate with this offense. There's definitely better solutions out there, but this one feels like it's relatively safe, not too bad. Should be okay. The main threat here would be when you end up getting stripped by Escher, and then Vritra and Chandra proc a bit with some defense breaks and what have you. But overall, the defense is fairly light on strips. You have the strip on Escher S3 and Chandra S1, so like there are some strips, but it's not that high in strips, so you can expect pretty high uptime on your immunity, meaning that when Vritra does counter you, you're not going to have that high of a chance of there being downtime and you being defense broken. It can happen, but it's okay overall. Okay, so we have threat on the Vritra here. So we can either choose to use S3 now or hold it. I think I'm going to use it now because I should be getting more stacks here since Amelia and Windy are both going to take a turn here. We can use this to cleanse. It is kind of appealing to get rid of the threat state right away. And I think we may actually be able to just get rid of Vritra here. Although Escher will probably S2 here after. I think that killing Vritra first isn't bad because you get rid of the defense break and branding. Yeah, let's just see. If we can get this through the hug. Oh, I thought he would take a turn before my Windy. Okay. Alright, so then we're just going to want to probably slow the Escher here. It's a little bit, I guess it's a little bit trickier than I thought here, because the Chandra can do another hug. Let's see. I think we should still be fine though. Yeah, I think we'll be okay from here. Amelia's going to take the turn next, so I'm going to go ahead and get some HP from the Escher and just finish off Vritra with Amelia. Okay, yeah, and it should be pretty safe from here. And for the next one, we're going to be doing Feng, Alaya, Villajul into Nana, Byungchul, Bergkild. So this defense, it's actually kind of funny because for this one, I actually have specifically tested this defense myself because this was something when, I think it was late last season when Nana Byungchul was still pretty popular and a little bit less solved than it is now. This is something that I had actually tested, and I couldn't really find a way to consistently beat this. Even if I tried to trap Feng, it still felt very, very challenging to win. So yeah, pretty safe offense here. Okay, so getting rid of the Berg first removes most of the strips, but I'm just gonna try to stabilize here a little bit first. Just kind of put up immunity and everything. Let's see. So Berg can be on revenge here, so I don't really want to hit Berg. I'm just gonna hit Nana. Alright. That stun on Alaya is kind of annoying, but we should be okay still. Because we're going to be able to heal here as well with the S2. Okay, it's a Nem Berg killed. Okay, I'm just thinking. Yeah, I think we'll just get rid of Berg now, and then Feng should get another turn. We should kill Berg again. We should be okay. Unless Berg goes crazy here. Like, a couple more procs there, maybe I could die, but we should be okay. Woo! Okay, Yeah, the one thing that I will say is that when I was testing this, I found like even when I would lose Alaya, which I may very well lose here because we had a few procs, it still was pretty safe. So I'm not too worried about it even if it does come to that. But I think we're gonna be we have yeah, okay, all right. Now we're definitely gonna be fine. We had the skill 4, so we would heal. But yeah, I think we're gonna we'll go for Nana next. We should be fine either way. But yeah, I'm gonna go Nana next because Byung-chul does more damage the lower HP he is. So that was the main thing though. When I was testing that I found kind of interesting is even if you do manage to kill the Alaya, like Fang with Velajul is just so strong that it ends up being enough to win anyways. Yeah, and we should be fine from here. So for this next hit, this is post-production, I brought in Leo, Angela, Diana into more Sunseng Lao Perna. In hindsight, I don't really think that this was a very good offense, just because of the fact that, I mean, it's triple wind into a fire unit. I do like this offense a lot, even if there isn't a speed scaling damage dealer into a lot of the generic LD stuff. But yeah, definitely not a very great offense here. Yeah, you'll see what happens from here, but definitely wouldn't recommend it again. But yeah, here we go. We'll get into it. Okay, so we have Will on Moore and Sunseng Lao. I think I'm gonna just poke the Perna a little bit. Sort of see what happens from there. So here I can opt to either skill 1 or skill 2. I think that just using skill 2 is fine here. Yeah, because but Moore hasn't taken his turn yet, and it could be Moore next, and he could strip. But honestly, it's fine either way. I just want to stabilize a little bit, give myself a little bit of proc resistance here. Oh, oh. Well, that's life, I guess. Sometimes it happens, right? Yeah, I don't think we can win from here. They have too much sustain. Yeah, I guess if, you know, there is always the chance that stuff like that can happen. I do have 100 res. I think I showed earlier on my Diana, and I think I was minus fire if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, but you know, sometimes it just happens. Sometimes they proc a lot, but yeah, that's okay. Whatever. That's my first time losing with this team out of using it 34 times. So yeah, that's right. We'll take the loss. The next defense we're going to be hitting is Ciara, Geogun, Theomars. For this, we're just going to be running some pretty standard stuff with Miang, Adriana, Sonia. Nothing too crazy here. This is a offense that gets used pretty commonly. It's not the safest. There's quite a few ways that it can be trapped, but it ends up being pretty successful even when it's built to be trapped. So yeah, should be fine here too. Okay, alright, so we are going to... We have to kill the Ciara first, and then we're going to go for Theomars. And yeah, okay, we should be fine from here. Yeah, the main thing that's scary is if it's a vampire Theomars, but obviously you saw no vampire there, so should be okay from here. The potential of Geogun to solo from here is pretty low. Okay, hit number 6. So, yeah, I know a lot of what I'm gonna show here is gonna be free to play, like hard for free to play players, but this one I think free to play players are finally gonna be able to really shine. So, we're gonna be going into Miang, Camilla, Sonia with Fran, Dova, Jara. So don't flame my runes on the Fran here. This is a setup for something else that I do, and I don't have a Violent Fran runed up, but this was just sort of a little fun creative solution that I came up with on the fly to this defense. Basically, the idea of what we're going to do here is we're going to be killing the Sonya first, and then after we kill the Sonya, we have immunity from Fran, which is going to make it so that we're going to be able to tank out the Miang and the Camilla with relative ease. Yeah, so the one thing that I'm thinking of just right away is that I'm going to be boosting the Jara and killing the Sonya, right? But then after that, I don't want to skill 1 the Miang, because if I do that and he's on revenge, I can get Death Broken and be very sad if he's faster than 286 or NEM or something like that. But yeah, so that's the idea behind that hit. We'll see how that goes. Alright, I'm kind of excited for this first hit. Woo! And again. Okay, alright. Lesson learned. Probably should have put the top set on Dova and not something tankier. But luck is also a skill, and I am going to be utilizing it. Alright, so okay, I really got lucky there. Yeah, I guess I guess I probably should have seen that coming. I guess that's a Swift Sonya or something like that. We probably could have won still if the Sonya had skill 2'd the Dova, although she could have done it on anyone. Alright, well, lesson learned anyways. The Miang is on Will, so probably not Will Revenge. So we're just gonna go ahead and bonk it a little bit, do some damage. And apparently we're just gonna win. Apparently this hit we just get lucky and we win. So that works for me. Yeah, I don't I'm honestly I'm really impressed. Surprised, impressed, whatever you want to say about that. That was not very expected there. Maybe I also am underestimating Camilla's damage a little bit, so I should have gone a little bit tankier on the Jara. But yeah. Alright, here we go. Next hit we have right here. This should be fine. We're just going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to get rid of the Sierra, and then we're going to kill the... Well, not kill the Theomars, but we're going to get it really low. We even got the strip on the attack buff, which is really nice. We're going to get rid of him, and then from here it should be nice and easy. Yeah, so it is really nice in Royal Guild Battle that you get to see the scouted hits. And one other thing, if you're wondering, you know, you might be like, hey, Scarlet, why the fuck aren't you using Rigna? Well, I don't have one. I'm kind of missing a good amount of the premium options. My account isn't really anything that crazy, so a lot of the times you'll find me using things that are a little bit less optimal, especially in terms of snipe stuff. Like I don't have a Bethany, I don't have a I don't have Rigna. You know, we're missing some of the premium stuff, but we have some of the premium stuff and other stuff. So yeah, that's it for this hit. Looks like we got a W. Alright, so for this next one, I decided to go for Camilla Belial. I know that I had talked about Diana into this, and I do still think that it's good into this stuff. But one thing that after last hit I realized is that one thing that gives a good amount of safety to this comp is that Diana basically always cuts after the first turn, unless there's some Despair stuff going on, which, you know, it can happen, but pretty unlikely for Despair SCL. And she gets to shield, which allows you to stabilize, but with this comp, there's a good chance of it being stripped by more. I don't think that it's very likely for me to lose with the Diana comp either, but I think that it's pretty safe here. The Camilla Belial Arena. Just to talk a little bit more about it, I don't want to talk your ear off about the Diana one. it is a little bit scary because we have the Sun Zhang Lao who steals the Rena shield, which makes it so that, you know, if there's a lot of procs before Belial gets his first round off, or, you know, a monster procs when Belial comes back to life and what have you, you know, it could lose, but I don't think it's very likely. And sorry, I'm a little bit slow here, but let me show the artifacts. HP right side would definitely be nicer here, but yeah, that's just like the basic idea of what we're going for here, and let's get into it. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. One other thing I want to mention here, actually, really quick, is that you don't want to be using Belial into these defenses that don't have AoE. So I really like it a lot into Byung-Chul, because with Camilla, especially because, you know, Byung-Chul is constantly critting, which is good to cleanse the Camilla, but also there's AoE, and when there's AoE, I guess it doesn't really matter who we hit here. I'll just poke this. When there's AoE, it guarantees there's going to be a target that's going to go ahead and hit your I guess we'll go for the more here. They're gonna hit your Belial, right? And when Belial isn't the lowest unit, you can get into some hairy situations really quick, which can really suck, obviously. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We're gonna try to do some more damage here. This should be a win from here, honestly. I think I may just press auto. Okay, so this next one here is we're going to be going into a Siri Tessarian Savannah with Zhongfei, Lulu, Yanhua. So this is a solution that was created originally for Clara Tessa Sav back in the day. I think that this solution, there's some more modern ones that are a little bit more refined these days into this. You know, the ones with Teor, especially Miang Draco Teor, is very good. But I still like this comp a lot, and I find myself running it most of the time when I run into the Clara Tessa Sav or more Tessa Sav. When more Tessa Sav came out, it was still a question of whether or not it was still going to be good. But I've never lost with it, and when I used to run a guild, we were very successful with this offense. It had something like a 95-96%, which is good enough for me. The idea is that both Zhongfei and Lulu have cleanses, right? And we have the attack break from Yanhua, which is going to really tone down the damage from the Tessa and the Sav that's coming out. Normally when I do this comp into the Clara Tessa Sav variant, or more Tessa Sav, I will go for the what's it called, the Tessa first. But this time I don't think I'm going to. I think I'll probably go Siri first, or Fiona. But yeah, I do think it should be fine. There's no AI manipulation on Fiona, but she doesn't defense break, which would be the main thing that would be scary to me. So yeah, and again, just to talk about this comp a little more, just because I want people to sort of understand if they want to use it. Zhongfei has defense lead, right? And Savannah's third skill, it defense breaks if their defense is lower than your attack power, which it can definitely happen to Zhongfei. But I feel like when you have the defense lead and you have as much defense as I have here, I feel like it's a lot less likely. So yeah, we're gonna go into it and see how that goes. All right, here we go. We got another hit here. Yeah, so it's really nice, especially now that I think about it as well, into Siri. It can be pretty cool because the Siri isn't a what's it called? The Siri isn't Clara, so she isn't guaranteed to stun, which is really nice. So I could opt to cleanse the attack speed slow here as well. I think I might actually do that because Tessa doesn't have defense break. He could proc and get it, but I think I would rather just skill 3 here. This does seem like a pretty high damage Tessa, though. I know I said I was going to go for the Fiona first, but I think I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just go into the Tessa here. Because I don't really want to let him get that many turns. Okay. I think I'm gonna opt to skill 2 Lulu here. It's a little bit weird because there's the Oblivion on Yanhua, but I think I'm more scared of the Savannah using skill 3 here. With some procs and fucking up Lulu. So as soon as the defense break is on Tessa, I like to use the skill 3. So then he takes quite a bit of damage. So yeah, here we should be okay. She is defense broken now, so a little bit scary. I could cleanse here, but I think I'm just gonna go for the kill. I think there's a good shot that I land the kill here. Yeah, okay, we got it. Yeah, and from here it shouldn't be too bad. Fiona is doing, oof, and Sav is doing some damage. We're getting some procs here. But, yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. Even if she dies from here, we should be okay. Oh, cool. Alright, that works. Again, I'm gonna opt to skill 3 here. I want to get my Zhongfei another turn. And then we'll skill 2 the Yanhua. Oh, cool. I guess the game just wants us to win. Oh, actually, I probably should have gone. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I'm just gonna go for the Savannah now. Just get some immunity up, and yeah, we should be good from here. I do feel like this attempt specifically looked quite a bit scarier than the average one I would see. I don't think that it's necessarily like a loss or anything if I fail to kill the or if Yanhua dies there, but I do think it was a little bit spooky. So yeah. There's also Heigang lines, of course, but I don't have Rika or Magnus or a lot of the nicer Heigang options, and my Luis isn't skilled, so I choose not to Heigang this, and I just use this instead. But yeah, I think it ended up working out pretty well either way. Okay, so for this last one, we're going to be going into Carcano, Molly, Manon with Bulwark, Amelia, Wendy. So with this comp, I will say that this definitely isn't a perfect solution, but I really try not to overcomplicate things when it comes to offense with defenses. Generally, for me, 95% is enough, and there's so many defenses these days that I feel like if I have a comp that I feel is like 95%-ish, I'm pretty happy with that. You know, in tourney, obviously things are a little bit different, but in World Guild Battle or you know, regular season, 95% is generally a pretty good win rate. The idea here is Carcano is going to be a large amount of the defense's damage, and that's going to be going into the Windy. And the Bulwark and the Amelia will take some damage from Manon. She does hurt, she does do a good amount of damage, but we're going to have a good amount of immunity uptime because the only strip on this defense is Molly. You'll probably notice by now that this is a lot of what I focus on is where the strips are, because I feel like that really dictates what you want to be doing with your hits. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely the potential for Manon to pop off here. Or Kark to pop off, but I think we should be okay. So with that said, let's get into it. Okay, round 5, here we go. So it's interesting. So it looks like we have Molly going first here. I guess that makes sense. She can strip first, which is nice. You know, I actually haven't, I will admit I haven't really thought through the piloting as much as I should have here. I think that I want to get rid of the Carcano first, but I'm not sure. Maybe, because I feel like my loss condition is more losing Windy than anything else, most likely. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get rid of the Kark first and see how that goes. Hopefully it pays off. We'll see. Okay, so we can go for another skill 3 here. We don't have max stacks yet. We could skill 1 the Manon as well. I will say I'm not the best Wolver Camellia pilot. I I haven't had this comp for that long. I'm thinking about it. It's a little bit tough. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just use skill 1 here, just in case some crazy stuff happens. I kind of want to figure out if this Kark is revenge. I'm gonna try to poke it a little bit. I may have seen like Will earlier and just totally missed it, but I don't really want to hit it with Windy until I know that it isn't on revenge. Yeah, the other nice thing about Manon here is she provides a pretty good amount of buffs. I don't know. It may be something where we just go for the Kark so that Molly is healing Kark, and then we just try to burn through the Manon. That seems like it may be the most effective way of doing this, since Chilling's additionals are going to ignore Manon's defense. We'll see how that goes. It is nice to have Manon to provide the extra stacks, but I think we're going to end up doing that here. This piloting is a little bit strange and sus, I'll admit, but I think it's going okay so far. So Molly's going to get a turn here. She's going to heal the Kark. I don't think there's any need to skill 2 here. I'm just going to skill 1 again. Yeah, so it seems like things are more or less going fine here with this. I'm sure that someone who uses this comp a little bit more probably would... Oh. Probably wouldn't skill 3 like that. Anyways, probably would have a slightly better game plan than I have here, but... Oh, yep, he's on revenge. Okay, well, now we know. I think that this works okay. I am getting the destroy damage on the Manon. I don't think I'm crazy about hitting the Kark, actually, with Wendy, especially because Manon could revenge too, which is a little bit scary. Alright, So Molly's gonna get a turn before Wendy here. We do not have the skill 2 on Amelia. We could proc and get it. I think that I'm gonna go ahead and just go for Kark again, get some more healing. I could even go on Molly to make sure I get... Yeah, I don't want to overthink this, but I think I'm gonna do it on Molly just to guarantee full HP here. I do think the Manon is the lowest now, though. I'm gonna try to fish for a freeze. Okay, we got the skill 2 back. Yeah, let's just keep using skill 2. Our Bulwark should get stacked here anyways, but the defense buff is nice. Okay, let's do some more poking on the Manon. Yeah, maybe in hindsight as well. I think I'll talk with this about my guild, or talk about this with my guild rather. After, since again, you know, I'm still learning a little bit more about how to pilot this comp properly. I wonder if maybe even just going Molly first would have been better. Now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, I feel like it probably makes the most sense to go Molly here. So yeah, this definitely isn't a very well piloted example here, but you know, I'm always learning, and I love learning more about this game. That's what makes it so fun for me. All right, let's see. Maybe we can do this on. I'm pretty committed to Manon at this point, so I think that I'm probably gonna use this on Molly here. I'm not positive if it'll get her low enough, but we'll see. Yeah, I think she's a little bit lower than Manon here, so we'll do that. I do think that skill 2ing on cooldown is probably best for Amelia at the very least. Okay, let's see if we can let's see if we can pivot here actually to the Molly, now that I think I have realized that my piloting had an error. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, I mean, definitely a weird hit. Didn't do it quite right, but I don't expect to always do things perfectly here. You know, my channel is I haven't been around in Siege for as long as a lot of other people have, but I really do love playing and I love learning. So yeah, let's see if we can just get a little poke here. A little poke. Okay, my Amelia really wants to win. And she does. Okay. Yeah, so I think probably in hindsight, I should have gone for the for the for the Molly first, but I'll probably talk with my guild about it, and I guess you guys can discuss it in the comments if you want. But yeah, 9-1, not the greatest, but I do think we got a little bit unlucky. Maybe I should have just Camilla'd that hit. I'm not really sure, but I think that overall it was cool. Pretty fun World Guild battle to do, and maybe we'll even get something from this LD here. Let's take a look, and then we'll wrap up the video from there. All right, well. What can you do? Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'm going to try to put out, at the very least, regular Siege content. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing with World Guild Battle yet. If people are interested in seeing World Guild Battle, then I definitely will consider putting out more, but I really just want to put content out that would be most interesting for everyone to watch here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you so much. Please subscribe if you're interested in more, and yeah, leave a comment. Just let me know what you think, because this is my first time doing a video like this. I'm not 100% sure how it'll turn out, but yeah, thanks for watching.